back to the Football Experience, episode 34. My name is Kels Pablo, and I'll be your host for this show. Now, our guest needs no introduction because we are continuing our conversation with Gape Mohutsiwa, aka Abidal, from episode 33. Thank you so much, again, for joining us on episode 34. Are you ready to proceed now?
I'm ready to proceed.
I think in the last episode, you were just telling us about your time at Shelf in Algeria. Yes. Can you now talk about the challenges that you experienced and how you overcame them?
The most difficult challenge that I had to go through, it was a series of injuries. I don't want to say injuries, but because it was an injury that seemed to recur. So it was one thing that was holding me for the longest time. And I think by far in my career, it is the worst injury that I've ever had.
Which injury is this? Is it something that started maybe in your previous team that you carried over with, or it was really a new injury?
It was a new injury. Back in the days at the Rollers, I got injured on my right, my quads, but this time around it was on my hamstrings on the left, so it was actually new that side. So it was bad.
It was bad. I think we deem different countries to have different health facilities.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the health and rehabilitation that you received at Algeria in recuperating from your injury?
It was, I would say it was decent, but the only problem that I experienced along the way was the change of doctors, and in French they say like the thing, like we say physiotherapist, yeah, but they say something like kinetherapist, something like that. Is way complicated, the word. So I had a problem of changing them. I don't know, maybe along the way I think it was because of frustration. So I thought I'm not making progress, and I was like, no, change this guy for me. Because I felt like I've had enough of this guy. He treated me, and then when I tried to go back to the field, I'm getting injured again. So I was like, nah, change.
So are you fine now?
Yeah.
Or you're physically fit? You're back to play?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I've never actually experienced that kind of injury. It was also just something else, but now it's just something. Some of my 2 weeks. That one was bad because it occurred in October 2022. I think or a month and a half after my arrival in Nigeria. And around towards the end of November, I tried to go back to the field, and then after my first game, from injury, 70 minutes into the game, back to square one.
Was that the longest injury you've ever had?
It was, without a doubt. It was.
That must have been terrible, because I know I think my injury took over a year or so or more, and I'm still recovering from it.
It's bad.
So I asked a couple of people on my Facebook page to say if they were to have lunch with you, what would they want to know? So let's get on to the questions. I think the one that says, when did you first start playing soccer? We addressed it in the first episode. And then can we talk about a person or people that you can identify to say were the most influential in your football career?
I'm one person who usually say, I appreciate everyone who has helped me, everyone that I have came across along the way, and I usually don't want to rank them, but this time around I can try to rank them.
Let's try.
Yes, I can try to rank them in no particular order.
Yes.
In no particular order. I don't.
You don't want anybody to kill you. Yeah.
In no particular order. It used to be like this. Like, if you know Mov, you know
Abida.
Exactly. So you really have to ask a lot of things whatsoever and everything. George Garay Ndlovu, the one who was my coach at the junior level, and also he was Along the way, he became an assistant coach at Palabo Stars. My primary school coach as well. There are many. There are many.
Maybe last two.
There are many.
Last two.
I would have to say Nicola also, because he actually changed the way I looked at football. He actually, instilled something in me that I never thought I would get, which was I really loved that thing because it felt European, and I love European football. So that's why I really appreciate him a lot. He actually changed the way I play also. It is something very valuable. I can make a top 5. I can make a top 5, but it's not like about
that's understandable.
Yes, it's
You've played at national level, and I believe you've played under different coaches.
Yes.
At national team, which coach would you say, had a different perspective that you appreciated?
I would say Bratina, because he ended up adopting a similar coaching style of Nicola. So it became something that I found joy in, because it was something that, Nicola already brought, and it was in line with that. And also, I think that thing also changed him, and he started having a lot of wins and everything. You remember in 2019, because after that I was in Durban.
Yeah.
The way we were passing the ball, it was something that the national team before didn't really do that much.
Yeah.
We were not that possession-based, tiki-taka kind of nation, playing the ball and everything. So it was a dimension that I really loved, being under. It was massive.
In the previous episode, there are times where you mentioned, tactical coaching, tactical play, different philosophies. What is the philosophy that you subscribe to, as a player and with the experience that you have?
When I was young, I used to love European football. But as I grew up, I usually say I wanted to be a player who can play under any type of coach. For example, you have your Mourinho.
Yeah.
Defensive, he's defense based, the philosophy, and you have Pep Guardiola. So I would say that's what I've always wanted to be, that kind of player. If what other kind of coach I can play, what the Guardiola type of coach I can still play, what that's Mama I can still play. You bring any kind of philosophy, I will play.
Have you reached that point now?
I'm at that point because I would say not fully, but for me to adopt that, it has already shown. And also, I've seen it in Algeria where we've had different kind of coaches, but I've never been out of the lineup. They've always liked what I bring. They've always appreciated what I bring. I'm not saying that I'm important, but
if you're important, you're important.
Yeah. So I think it's the evidence of that thing that I've long adopted. That I don't want to say no. Only coach tiki-taka or coach Rubella. No.
You basically can adopt.
So that thing I was like, I have to play under any type of coach.
Yeah.
Your tongue, I don't have time to struggle and everything. I would go like that. We play football cats.
Nice.
So that's the thing.
Speaking of which, what is the most memorable goal you've ever scored in your career?
It was the one in Tanzania. I went mad. I went crazy.
Give us a picture of the goal.
We were playing against Simba. So that second leg, we went there trailing 2-0 on aggregate. So when you go there, actually no one gave us a chance. And I remember also some administrators of Galaxy, they didn't really give us a chance from the get-go after the draw. So imagine now Oriana Simba, our leader, they won here the first leg, and we went there. They actually scored first, and we actually won on goal down at half time. And there are a lot of things. What was happening Tanzania a few weeks ago. It also happened before, but not at that volume. We actually went to the game in a re-winner that time, having had nothing to eat. Because all poison and you and everything. To weaken the player systems, you feel fatigued and everything. Those things are true. They are not lies. So at half time, I was feeling it in my body. You know what? My energy is gone.
Yeah.
But then there is a change that is being made. Another seater. Now you are going up and down. I was asking myself,
energy.
But then I had just to get up and that goal, it came, I think, 6 or 5 minutes before the game finished. And by that time we were leading 2-1. I just went crazy. I just went crazy because now it was taking us to the group stages of the Champions League, and at that time, it was very exciting because now I was getting to be the first player to play or to qualify for two times going to the group stages.
Yeah.
In our football, it has never happened. No player has ever done that before.
So you're a man of firsts.
I was going crazy. I don't want to lie.
That's wonderful. Now, another question here, in my Facebook page says, how do you handle criticism, especially, from the fans and the media? How do you deal with it?
That thing is when you don't have a structured plan in place, it will destroy you. I don't want to lie. Because I usually say players from way back from the past, they didn't have to deal with a lot.
Yeah.
Nowadays you have social media, you have your Facebook, your Instagrams. Nowadays it's easy for everyone to reach the player. You just have to get in there, create an account, and follow the player, like his page or whatever, and now you have an option of sending him a message. And now the social media and everything, it makes it easier for let's say for the negativity to reach the player. In the past they didn't have that. Even if you had a bad game, it would end
at the game,
and maybe Gorodio somewhere there or so ever, it would end Posteriamo. Nowadays everything is in the light. Everyone can comment and everything. So there was one point where I decided that I'll never read comments on Facebook after football. Be it international or local, because it hurts me. It hurts a lot because I've went through that. There was one point in 2019, I remember very well. There was a game in the international team for France Town against Angola. It was our Herald qualifiers. And I wasn't really playing that much for Corolas at that time. And then I usually got called up for the game, and people were saying, what is this one? Then they were like, and you know what? That thing hurt me. That thing hurt me. And then I think it got to that point whereby it also, Bratignala and Awar, he couldn't really resist it, the questions and everything. And I wasn't there from the beginning. I wasn't there. And I was like, now I can take a break from the insults and everything. And that's why I love it. But I didn't so just let them go and enjoy football. I'll stay home.
So when you experience that, and you have to take it in, who was there, to help you mentally? Was there any life coach? Was there any counseling that you received? Who did you confide in to find, a calmer, peaceful?
I didn't really try to find help from anywhere. I just went through that, and then after a year or two, that's when I implemented this thing, and it has helped, because now you avoid seeing such. Even if there are some players, like now I'll take for example Tuli, they were abusing him I think last year, if you have seen, and it's not nice. But we can't control what people want to say. It's up to you as an individual to see how you deal with that, to see how you keep yourself away from that.
True.
Yeah, because first and foremost, you're a footballer, and people have a way of looking at athletes.
Yeah.
You can't have your freedom and everything you can do, and
you have to live in a certain way, be in a certain way,
be a certain person, living, behaving in a certain way, and it steals from your freedom. So other people can't, live without that freedom.
Yeah.
That's why now, like there's like so much time, I can't say, those kind of things. You understand? Yeah.
Because you're a person, you have to live. You're still young.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss out.
Like a person also. So that's what, and that's one thing a lot about Cristiano they are crying for.
Yeah.
Like, if there is anything that you guys can give me, it's my freedom. Because it has been long gone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another question is, who was the toughest opponent you've ever faced in the Botswana Premier League?
The Botswana Premier League.
I think because you played many for different teams, probably looking at where you were, and then you felt, okay, this is a very difficult opponent. I'm this side. Who was it?
I'll say because I played with him, but at the time when I faced him when he was at Sunday Chiefs, he wasn't really playing the number 10 role. But I ended up playing with him Corolas in the same team.
Who's this?
No, not like giving me trouble. You understand? And I remember at one point, I was like, you know what? He looks like in this life I'll never get a ball from this guy. So I'm just get chase. But others I could manage. I could manage here and there. Of course, it's not easy. And I also hate playing against short players. Yeah, because of that low center of gravity, they tend to do this. I hated that.
You struggle.
Yeah, no, I used to tell Ramatape,
yes.
Yeah. I go under 17, under 20, under 23 in training and stuff. If we're in opposite sides and he's playing around where I play.
And your likes of Karabo Piri also.
Those kind of people. I usually tell them, you know what? I don't do chika. Don't count. Because
they use their shortness to their advantage.
Fast, so I should see the direction I'll keep on.
Now, Mr. The question says, can you tell us about that? Does Pakang exist? Have you experienced it?
Well, that question, guys,
that's fine. We're an experience.
No, Pakang, I think. But me as an individual, I can develop Pakang. I'm a Christian. I'm not saying I'm perfect because people look at Christians as perfect, and maybe Christians have also given them that idea of perfection, which is invalid.
Yeah.
Which is invalid. So I can develop Pakang, but this is Africa. Black Africans. People do that.
Mr. Aukilewa Parakitili.
That's what I want.
I'm now moving on to say, why did you leave Township Rollers? This is a question. Why did you leave Township Rollers, and talk about the numerous injuries you obtained, Oleko?
Yeah, no, the injuries were mysterious, like I've told you. Like I've already said yesterday, they were mysterious. I don't even have explanations now as to how can I get from Team B, get another Team A, get another and then, I can't explain that.
Yeah.
It's beyond... it's beyond science.
Yeah.
So, those things defy science. So, as to rollers, I already had, things from outside, and I've always aimed for that. I didn't really aim to stay at Rollers for the rest of my life. I had bigger dreams than that. Of course, I appreciate it. It's the biggest team in the country. It's the biggest team. Although now things are a bit shaky and stuff. So at that time, I've already narrated yesterday. I've already signed for Chess Galaxy and everything, blah blah. And I also had a deal from Egypt, which came in the midst of the turmoil at that time. I just sign up. I'm no longer going to South African First Division. I want to go straight to the Egyptian League and play, because the team was now in the Egyptian Premier League. So I was like, no, I can't. I can go to First Division. More was like, no, we're going there. We're going there. South African First Division. No.
You're going there.
No, we're going there. And then everything fell off. I don't know what happened. Still mysterious, I guess. So I didn't have anything against Township Rollers. I still don't have anything against Township Rollers. It's just that it was a bit painful. Of course, they wanted to hold on to me. I understand that, but it was a bit painful not to see people willing to let you go. And everything that happened with the Chess Galaxy thing, which I felt there were a lot of gentlemen's agreements behind my back, behind everything. And in my eyes, they played everything as if, the things that would be believable to me. That when they say to me, I will believe them, of which I bought those stories. Until the painful truth was revealed. And then that's when I decided to sign for Guildford Lions after everything, like the dust had settled. And I told you that it was a decision of peace. Because I felt like, you know what? I don't want any big team right now. I don't care. I don't care about food. I know I will never live on an empty stomach wherever I go. I've never had that experience before, and I'll never have it in my life again. So I want to play football at a small team and play just to enjoy football.
To regain that momentum, the love, and your body to just rejuvenate for playing for also, fun.
To put my mind back into place. I'll just go there and play. I don't care about money. I don't care about big teams and everything. I don't care.
Now, I want us to, cycle back. In the previous episode, we mentioned, took a journey throughout your school life and everything. And I know you finished Form 5. You did say that you were really bright and you passed it. So I want to ask, why did you not pursue further studies and decided to play football?
I came to that conclusion. I had actually done myself justice, because the way I was trading at the senior school, junior school, it's not something that I would advise anyone, not in any given day, to go that route. It was only for me. Because it was just even the project I didn't do it for 4 or 5. I just came to it came to a point where I just even told the teacher, you know what, I'm not going to do this project. I'm sorry. Holiday and everything, so I'm not going to do this project. I'll focus on but I'm done. So after I finished my Form 5, I got 36 points and I was hurt. You know what hurt me? Because I knew that I could do better than this.
Very much.
I knew that I could get over 40, 42 if I was serious. Because I didn't even have notes. I'm telling you. The only notes thing I could keep because I'm not gonna be it. That was the only thing, to be honest. And then I got 36 points. And when I told my mom, she was a bit happy because she said, and I need to worry. I remember one point called thing, Mama, the time, So what do you want to be? Like, I've never failed to answer a parent like that. No, I said, I just get sad. And that was it. And for me to see her, I do meeting because I got 36 points, I was like, you know what? I've embarrassed myself. But there is nothing that I can do.
Yeah.
I'm too happy. I don't know. I would apply. Then we kill the course, more for no, we discussed the here and there. Then I ended up accepting Wabulimko, where I was supposed to do broadcasting. What was it?
Journalism.
Yes, in journalism, because I used to be good in writing. And I also did well in my English, so I just felt like, you know what, let me just go with this thing. And then what I'm worrying, how do you balance going to school and I just finished
and playing professional
I just finished signing for Township Rollers. And then we were looking for a way, a little more for, and I think he wants to work the Polimco. So he tried to, try to manipulate the system the best way he could. But I know there was no opening. There was no opening. I don't even remember what I said to my parents. But I just remember telling them, what the program because now Township Rollers was that team that has tended to be a fully professional club. Yes.
And at the time, it was really known for full-time employment.
Yes,
I know even Sanakoko was struggling with work and
going to training.
And,
so it was like that, and I was like, no, I don't have a choice. And now also I'm looking at the paycheck. I'm like, I'm getting something. So about sorry degree, but I'm like, so what are you going to do? I was like, no, I'm going with the money.
I'm going with the money.
I'm going with the money now. I'm going with the money. I will see as one time. So I still feel like I owe myself a degree. And I owe my late dad a degree because that's what he's always wanted. And in the future, I'll do it. Getting a government sponsorship, although I didn't chow the money. but I'll do it.
Which brings me to say, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I'm seeing myself still on the pitch, for sure. But apart from the football and everything, I have plans because I've seen people. And it is even now, lately, that we have seen people also struggling after hanging their boots. And I'm one person who's always learned from seeing other people's experiences. Like in Palape, one of the reasons why I decided to be a different person, it was because I was seeing the talent that was there and how he died. And I was seeing these things at a very young age. It's like, you know what? There are people from my hood who were extremely talented, even more who tell me. One guy passed, I think, last year. Jabuloya. He was very, very talented. But, the way they lived, the decisions and everything, the lives they led, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be like the rest of the people from my hood. They were talented and they were probably more talented than I. But I want to take a different route. So I will do my things the way I see best. And also my father also helped because he was that kind of a person who told me stories of how he used to live in the past and why he actually changed when he started being with my mom and started having kids. I was like, you know what? And everything like Bojalo and everything, he told me I quit alcohol because I started having kids and I wanted to focus on my kids, so I quit everything. I was like, you know what? And here's the reason why I'm not drinking alcohol. Funny enough. Is it funny enough or whatever? It's
normal.
It's normal, but it's not normal. Ask a lot of people, they will tell you. So I started looking at alcohol. I was like, you know what? Why should I drink if my dad had to quit this thing and focus on me.
Yeah.
Focus on getting me everything that I wanted as a kid. Not that we were rich.
Yeah.
No, but that sacrifice, it really touched my heart. And he told me that thing when I was 10 years or 11 years.
Yeah.
And it has always stayed here. It has never left.
Yeah.
And as to what I'll probably do after football, I'm already into that like now. I don't want to be like people from the recent past who would only... I've seen people begging for contracts. Like, I don't want such things. You know, I've seen the kind of pain that those people have went through. I don't want to be another statistic. So I'm gradually doing my things in that direction. I won't reveal because TV Joshua said, you know, people kill what they know. What they don't know,
that's
they won't
true.
kill.
That's true.
So I won't reveal, but I'm actually aware. I'm actually aware of that. Yeah.
That means you're doing something, or even if you get an injury now, you'll be able to sustain yourself and continue to live a good life.
Stable life.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So apart from, you know, we've spoken about people who've made an impact and an influence in your football career.
Yeah.
Now, who is helping you, you know, just deal with life across? I know you did mention, you know, your dad sharing a couple of experiences with you. Apart from him, who else has been the most impactful, providing those guidance, just even apart from football?
You know, I'm one person, Laura. I don't have a big circle. My circle is very small. Sometimes even when my phone rings, I know I can tell what is that, mama?
Yeah.
So one obvious person who is there is Morph. You know, you don't even have to ask.
True.
Yeah, so we actually in contact with on a lot of things. We actually share almost everything. There's nothing that would happen that he would know. And the other person who is there is TT, Tata Nditokwa.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't really know like what we share between the two of us. It's very unique. People like on the call Algeria, South Africa, you know that, those kind of things. They be like, no, you know, and I you know, it's those kind of relationship that I keep. I don't keep everyone for the sake of just keeping them. Yeah. Of course, I'm welcome. I'm a welcoming person, but these people, apart from my family, because my family is always there, apart from my mom, who's always there, since my dad has gone to be with the Lord, I don't have a lot of people.
Yeah.
But these people, they are very instrumental. Also, with God and His servants, you know.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Now, you're still young, and at your age, you obviously get a lot of influences. I know you spoke and mentioned that you don't drink. You have a lot of influences around you, both negative and positive, and then a lot of youngsters are struggling with the choice of friends. How do you choose, the right friends for you so that you continue being who you are?
I would say for me, usually, maybe you would hear it around Batawadi Bolo or Batawadi Babayan Listeria and stuff. People usually have this thing kind of like I'm telling you the truth. I can even show you some messages. Like people who used to think that, but now they had a chance of coming close to me and sharing a day with me. And they actually said, no, you know what? You are totally the opposite of what I thought.
I understand. I think one of my closest friends literally hated me before.
Yeah. So it is like that because, and I said, this is one of the reasons why the people think like this. It is because I'm not open for everyone. You understand? So if you really have to be that kind of a friend to me, of course you can talk to me. Of course, sometimes you can even have my number and everything, but that limits the boundaries.
That's true.
You understand? And it's one of the reasons why I thought maybe I'm a kaka, but I'm not. Just that
You stand your ground. About your principles.
No, I really have to know you to a certain level for you to start having, certain conversations with me. Yeah, because I really get my light. I really get myself. So, yeah.
The ladies would kill me if I don't ask this question. You earlier on spoke a lot about family, about, your father and everything.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself, settling and having a family, getting married and having kids?
Yeah, no, definitely. I come from that kind of a background. I was raised by my mom and dad, but separated. And that's one thing that I've always appreciated, because I've seen other kids who had to grow up without their parents, or stepdad, stepmoms, and I had the privilege of having to grow up most of the time, and I really appreciate it. So I'll definitely love to settle, have a family of my own. Missing but I really love that. And I know it's going to happen one day. So
are you dating? Are you seeing someone?
Yes.
Okay, let's keep it. That's to have a sala morago.
I was on target.
You're very passionate about football development, growing the next person.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself venturing into, after you retire, the sports coaching, sport administration, media? Do you see yourself somewhere there about?
It's a tough one. Because football is very demanding. And sometimes I feel like, as a player, what we really go through, and I'm like, you know what, I finish off with this day, I'm done. But you never know, because this thing is more than a drug, the addiction.
I know it. I literally can't quit. I said it. I can't quit.
So I know, I can say this today because maybe I feel in a certain way, but I know tomorrow will definitely change. So but in a certain capacity, I'll still have to be involved with the game. But a larger part of me after football is not going to be really football based. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
You've been in different, Botswana, Algeria, and you've played in different countries.
Yeah.
What are some of football, related aspects that you've noticed that you would wish to see them happening in Botswana? Where would you want to see the future of football in Botswana as compared to what you've gathered so far?
I think I've been privileged to play around in many countries in the continent. But for example, now I'm in Algeria, and the difference is there. I think we don't have to really sugarcoat it that much. Of course, we would sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
But the difference is there is huge. I think there are a lot of things. Is
it the pitch? Is it the coaching level? Is it the conditioning? Is it lack of, development? What level is it? What is it really when we put it down?
In the Arab world, in the Muslim-led countries, there's one thing that it really does, and Mamelodi Sundowns have really gotten to that thing. I think they sat down and looked as to why North African teams dominating the Champions Leagues and everything. And when I got there, I actually saw that, the way the Muslim country, the Muslim culture is, it really does a lot of work, more by name or on the society. To an extent, when they get into football, the culture and the way they were cultured when they were young, like the kinds of discipline and everything, those things they have long been covered by, the culture itself. So how football, you don't have to think about play to the training, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that also Peter said when he was in Algeria.
Yeah.
You know, now I don't have to think about apply to the training. I know these guys because of their culture.
Yeah.
You understand? And that thing does a lot of work. He did a lot of work for the football fraternity, for the structures and everything. And it's, you know, now you see I haven't even talked about the structures and everything. Yeah. And that's one part. And that's one part that Sundowns now have mastered. Yeah. That's why they're doing very well in the continent.
True.
Yeah, you always have players available. You always have players understanding, or you know, we are playing every 3 games. And if I have, when I have bought vodka, you will have to wait for me.
Yeah.
After or something. You understand? And I don't know. I don't know about the other ones. I don't. I don't want to get into controversies.
Yeah.
But you know, the differences are there. Even in the ranks of the league, but our league of football has huge potential. Number one, because of the way our country is. Our country is a very calm country.
Yeah.
Our football, I think, in around 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah. It was, the trajectory was going up.
Yeah.
It was very competitive, and that's why at one point even Super Sport came.
True.
Yeah, so you see those things, they're quite painful to see, you know, losing such things along the way. But it shows you the amount of potential that, you know, we possess.
Yeah.
You understand? Somebody once said, you know, players from Botswana have huge potential, but imagine that person is not a Botswana. But he's saying that, and we are not even having proper structures and everything. Imagine we have everything in place.
Yeah.
What would happen? You can see, it's not only in football. You can see Umabilo, you can see in pageantry, you know, excellence all around.
True.
But unlimited resources, unlimited facilities and everything. So, yeah.
Do you believe maybe that has a perception that we as Botswana might not be appreciative enough of what we have, because we see things at face value from other countries, but we really don't appreciate what we have?
Yeah.
Could that be a contributing factor?
You know, that person, when he said that, I was like, you know what? People just don't know. They don't know, like, you know, for Galaxy to go to the Champions League 2 times in is it
consecutively?
In 2 years, something like that. It's not easy, but it just goes to show that, you know, there's this potential that I was talking about, and people aren't really appreciative of it because they're not in the thick of things. They don't really see. They don't have the full picture, and we understand that, but there's nothing that we can do.
Yeah. Now, we're just getting to the last parts of our interview.
Yeah.
I get to 11, 18, kana 23. Yeah, Botswana. I don't know whether it's going to be the best players for you, or good players, or a team that you feel I'm confident about this team. Maybe
I'll try. A mix from the past and present.
Okay, I'll give you that, but hey, make sure. Imagine let's say for example.
No, at least I had the privilege of watching them.
No, we'll appreciate the former. Yes, you can nangola them so that we appreciate them and then mix. So let's hear.
Modira Maromo.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I'll just put him in there because he took us to AFCON. In respect of that, in honor of that. On the right, Talk. Yeah, because he played in both generations. You know, he played with me. And
Imagine.
Yeah, so and then centre back, I would take Ndiapo, and I would also take TT. No. And then left back. Just for what he did also, Triza, I think he was brilliant. He had that flair of the new generation. You know, the way he whipped the ball, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And then in the midfield, size 10.
I can mind the defense in the Brazil. Give a one or what take a couple man. I retama. I got a mamma 6. Big.
No. I'm not part of the conversation.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not part of the conversation. But you know what? It's only that this generation might be a bit unfortunate because of not qualifying for one major tournament. But the players are brilliant. I don't want to lie.
Let's hear it.
The players are brilliant. I would say I would go with 2 number 10s there.
Okay.
Tozo has to be one of them.
Okay.
And I would also put FC as one of the number 10s. I've played with FC. I've trained with FC.
Mister.
No. I you know what? Others would have to excuse me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The player.
Oh God. Oh my word. And then I'm going to the front 3, right? I would have to put Gel on the other side. Yeah, no, I have to put Gel. He's saying
even still, I think he had that in him.
No, yeah,
and he grew up as a unique player.
Yeah,
we didn't have a lot of strikers. Baba Chanadle, he was a fighter.
Yeah.
Age is age, we all grew, but
course,
still,
yes.
he was, and he's a legend.
Yeah. I'll put him on the right, and then I'll go with JJ. He's probably one of the best strikers we've ever had in the country. Not taking anything from the strikers we have now. He's just that breed.
Yeah.
And then now I have to go to the left. I'll go with Piyamwa. But it's a difficult one because I loved Ponto so much. Because
what a squad is.
You know what?
The squad is like
exactly. Now, Ponto was brilliant.
Okay.
He had that Brazilian flair. He was that skill star. He would dribble. He would do everything. And also Peña now had that Brazilian flair. He had that. They were coming at you. So now I just had to sacrifice one. Maybe I'll just put them. No, but two position. Because But as the first choice, I would put Peña there, just because of one different dimension. He was very quick. Nana level with support. Yeah. But Ponzo would still do the job without pace.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Is there anyone you want to add on the bench? Or
No, let's stay here.
So I'm gonna ask
it is controversial.
I'm gonna ask you quick questions.
Quick fire.
Yeah. Best goalkeeper to come out of BW.
Mudir.
But fine. Best striker to ever come out of BW. Best midfielder, Sitar.
To ever come out of BW?
Yeah, Sitar.
Size?
And then an attacking midfielder.
I'll go with Tutu.
And then the best defender, centre back.
I'll go with Titi.
And then fullbacks. Because
I'll go with because it's difficult. It's not that easy.
Okay. Now, no one above 30.
No one above 30?
Yes, no one above 30.
Like now?
Yes, now. Okay. Best striker.
Best striker. Why are you doing this to me?
Because I think I appreciate the history, the legends.
No, I understand.
And then I think right now we're having a problem of teams that youngsters when you came in being able to play at the Premier League when you're 16, 17, 18. We're lacking that.
Yeah.
So maybe best striker under 30.
Under 30.
But they didn't get 25, but fine, 30.
No, 30 is okay. Best striker under 30. At the moment.
Yes.
Tumisa.
What is over there?
No, I was coming with this. He's telling today. He's telling 28 today.
But for 5.
Yeah, he's telling 28 today.
5. I take a middle fielder.
Under 30.
Mm-hmm.
Under 30, and he's just crossed 30. Yeah. Under 30. Who is doing well now?
Yes.
I'm taking midfielder. Oh my God.
Ball player, missed.
Ball player.
Ball possessor. Switching the ball left, right, center.
Like a proper number 10. Yeah. Not a goal scorer number 10.
A 10 or 8. The old 8.
Okay, no, let me put Cooper there.
Okay.
Yeah.
CDM.
You're going to be controversial, eh?
I want to find out.
Modric. Ramos.
Now feature at the
No.
Okay.
Not that brilliant.
Defender.
Central. TT.
Fullback.
Left. Assistant Mangulu. Right. I wouldn't talk. I don't want to pick potentials, right?
Whoever you feel is under 30 and is the current.
Velapi.
Good.
Yeah.
Keeper.
Who's on a poke?
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Are you satisfied with your choices?
Yeah, no, I'm satisfied.
Okay.
I'm satisfied.
Right. Now, quick ones.
Yeah.
Very short. But local. Whether national team or whatever.
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah.
The laziest player you've ever played with.
Laziest player I've ever played with. Who is that lazy? Overall, just training.
Anyway.
Laziest.
Mr. You're not supposed to think. It's supposed to be 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yes, laziest player.
I can think.
No, laziest player. 30 seconds for 5 questions. Laziest player.
Dompola.
Arabe.
Oh, you mean like now?
No, like generally. The laziest player that you've ever played with in the history of
that he doesn't like running, so laziest. Oh my God!
You're thinking.
You're going to kill me.
You're thinking.
Let's go. We will revisit it.
The hard worker of all time.
Hard worker of all time. Keletso.
Okay. The most disciplined player you've ever played with.
Keletso.
Yeah. The most skillful but stubborn.
Skillful but stubborn. Skillful but stubborn. Skillful but stubborn. Stubborn in what sense?
I can be very skillful, but stubborn in the sense of skillful. I got it.
Very true. I think I get you. Most skillful but stubborn. I would say, let's say not skills per se, but just brilliance in play.
Yeah.
I would say Mirasimaya.
Oh yeah.
Because he would, he would make you play.
Best free kick specialist.
I will go with Tutu.
That's left, right?
Right. Why are you doing this to me? Because I know a lot of left.
I know, right? I did it on purpose.
You're right. Free kick taker.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Oh, true. Yeah. I'm checking if you know your players, eh?
Yeah, no.
All right. So we've had a beautiful chat, and I'd really want to continue and get to know you, give the people and the viewers what they really want. Now, your last words to future, Abidals. Some are still there, some are trying, and even Babasa Banka development, their school sports, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Your last words, to the young ones.
I would say to the young ones that they should first and foremost love this thing, love football, love it. Make sure you love it.
It will love you back.
It will love you back. It will love you back. And secondly, try to respect it as much as possible. But I think when you love it, you'll end up respecting it along the way. When you love it, you'll end up, when the demands come, you end up being able to incorporate what it comes with. And they should be humble. Humility goes a long way. I've seen I wouldn't say where, but I've seen humility really getting into the hearts of men in the football fraternity, and it's very important. Be disciplined, listen to your coaches, listen to your teachers at school. I was listening to my teachers, although I wasn't doing that work, but I didn't have any case at school. So it's very important for them to be humble, to respect the elders at home, respect people at football, their coaches, respect their parents, both at school and everywhere. Humility goes a long way. It really doesn't cover one ground. So there's a lot that I would advise them on. But they should love training. I've seen people lazing around, and I've seen people, that lazing around has costed them a fortune. And I decided otherwise from way back not to laze around also. So they should be, follow people, follow Cristiano, man, because he's the model for if you want to be an excellent footballer, especially from how you should always treat yourself, how you should always behave and everything. Of course, he wasn't on the best of behaviors when he was a bit young, but
which happens.
You are young and everything. When the Bible says when you are young, you speak like a child. Now you are old, you should talk like an adult. Yeah. So it means you grow. So he's there as a model. Other people are there, as models, not even in football like me. I was inspired by my parents. I loved them so much. I still love them. Even when my dad is normal, I still love him so much. I know everything that he's done for me. I've seen him doing things that I don't think I can do. You understand? So choose your model, your role models very wise, and
stick to the plan.
That's all in me. There are many byproducts in football.
Yeah.
Especially when you get up the ladder. Byproducts. When you stay in the city,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true. So I don't want to talk about them.
Yeah.
Those byproducts, people know them. Those who are wise will get my point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it.
Is there anything else that you'd want to share that we haven't touched in the previous episode and in this episode, about your career, about your life?
I'd say, persevere. But this motivational thing, people don't really take it serious until something really happens to you.
Yeah.
That's when you get reminded, or I once heard somebody saying you should persevere through challenges. Now I'm being hit by injuries left, right, and center. So, is this the perseverance that they were talking about?
And that's not easy.
And that's not easy. It saps a lot from your soul. It saps a lot from your spirit. Because I remember at one point in Algeria, when I got injured for the third time now, with the same injury. And as I've already mentioned, the first one was in October, and then the third one was in February, at the beginning of February. I got back home from training that time. I sat on a table like this. I was just sitting alone like this,
wondering.
That's the first time that I felt like crying, but I failed to cry. And, you know, it's those moments that, you know, you realize, oh, you know what, now I have to go through this thing. And that's the perseverance that people always talk about. So for you to really for you to really persevere, it's only when you meet such things. But when you meet such things, do not despair. You know, I don't know the faith of many other people. I respect their beliefs. But, you know, hold on to the four horns of the altar that you believe in.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, it was a very delight to have you again. I want to wish you all the best in your life and your endeavors. May God bless you and, you know, reach all the potential that you have, you know, both in football and outside of football, and continue to being a beacon of hope to the young ones out there, and even, you know, your age mates. Keep shining the light on others, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, sir.
Save please.
Zabe, nice. That was episode 34 of the Football Experience with your guest being Gape Mohutsiwa, aka Abidal, giving us nothing but his best football experience, and he continues to live the dream in his career. Now make sure to watch the next episode of the Football Experience, as we give you nothing but the latest and the wonderful experiences that people have had in football. My name is Kels Pablo, and I was your host for this episode. Bye-bye.